Hi guys, how are we doing? I'm Bill Smith from Byers Farm down here at Speyby at Fauquebers. Today I've been asked to give you a brief talk through what we do on our farm, our business here, and the skills that I use in my everyday life, both in the business world and in our personal lives and hobbies. So here on the farm, as well as growing lots of barley and producing beef and lamb, we also have a tourism enterprise where we bring the public onto the farm to educate them about food, farming and generally what happens in the countryside. Now, when we started this, we had to create a logo and a sign like you see here. Now, to relate this back to your skills pathway sheets, we had to invoke a lot of the skills down here. So the main thing with this was the creativity skill and the teamwork and also the thinking. So we had to use all these skills to pull together as a team, to put all our different ideas onto paper, to then go and speak to professional designers so they could give us feedback and ideas. So from using the skills of creativity and teamwork and thinking, we came up with this logo, and off the back of this logo that we then had to design a website and design what people were going to come and do on the farm. And this is a very fun and different part of what we do in the farm. So how did I get to where I am today in my career and job? Well, I suppose as a child I was brought up on the family farm. So I suppose you would say it's in my blood, and I always really wanted to be a farmer. Well, apart from wanting to be a footballer, but I wasn't that good at football at school, so farming was going to be the best way. Through school, I tried different things at high school. I tried a lot of classes and subjects which I really wasn't very good at, but because I tried, I tried and failed, but there's nothing wrong with that. So it's important for all you guys going into secondary school to continue to improve yourself, try things that scare you, try things that are outside your comfort zone, and if you fail, there's nothing wrong with that. I failed plenty of times on my way to becoming a farmer, but as long as you fail and learn, and as long as you try your best, if you try your best and fail, no one will mind. So that was how I got on at high school, and then after high school I knew a lot about farming, so I went to college to improve my other skills to do with farm management. So I essentially left school and went to an agricultural college to advance my knowledge of farming. I spent three years at college and achieved a degree in agriculture. And then after that, I came back to the family business and helped my parents to expand the farm and grow for the future. So it's been a very exciting time, this last 20 plus years kind of thing. So as I have always essentially been my own boss, I'll be the first to admit I'm probably not very employable. In fact, I think I wouldn't like myself working for myself. But besides that, we do employ some people on the farm. Last year we took on our first farming apprentice. Her name is Brianna Watson. Now, what made Brianna employable was a lot of things. She's not from a farming background. She had never driven tractors before she came to work for ourselves, and she left school at 16 years old knowing exactly what she was wanting to do and where she was going. Now, one of the main things that attracted me to employing Brianna was her initiative. She wasn't from a farming background, so she realised she had to get experience. So she joined an agricultural apprentice scheme, which then gave her a placement on my farm. And then she was so good at her job that we kept her on a full-time basis. Other good qualities that make Brianna employable are she is a well-presented young lady. She is always very keen to learn. She's very enthusiastic, especially with the big machinery and with all the livestock that we have on the farm. But one of the most important things is Brianna is always up for a challenge, and she's not scared to fail. I can't stress this enough. I do feel that a good characteristic to be employable is being willing to get outside your comfort zone, get thrown in at the deep end, and learn from your mistakes and move forward with that newfound knowledge. As you can see here, we have some sunflowers growing in the field here. These sunflowers are growing for a charity called MFR Cash for Kids, and these will be sold on a pick your own basis, and the money will be donated to the MFR. Now, this requires a lot of good communication with the MFR people and also the general public who are going to come and hopefully pick them. Now, this is communicated to these people through our website and social media. So for this to work, we require a very good level of communication to the wider public. Here we are in a barley field, about a week away from harvest time. Now, in order to get the barley from the field into the sheds behind us here, we require a lot of teamwork. Now, in order to get the team to work, we require good leadership from myself, and that involves good communication. Now, in the teamwork part, we need a big team of people to do this. We need a person driving the combine harvester, a person driving the tractor and trailer, and a person driving a baler to make the straw bales you see in the field, amongst a lot of other jobs. So there's a lot of people working here, and all these people need to be directed through good leadership, to be told and explained to what field they have to go to and when to start harvest and when to finish at night time. And all this comes through good communication. Now, communication is not just talking, it's also just using your mobile phones to communicate to people in different tractors and in different combine harvesters. So through good communication, the team works and harvest then goes, hopefully, quite smoothly. Also at harvest time, this can be one of the most stressful times of year on the farm, mainly because the harvest can only happen when the sun is shining and the crop is nice and dry. If it's raining, we can't work. So what this leads to, we need good interpersonnel skills and good self-management. The interpersonnel skills that are required are good self-discipline and coping well under pressure. Like I mentioned about the pressure of the weather, so we can get the job done. The self-management comes into its own when we know ourselves that we can't go out tonight because we are busy working, and sometimes you might work 24 hours a day into the next morning. So you need to really be quite disciplined and know where your priorities lie for a short period of time in order to get the work done. So just to recap on the subject of self-management, I find that the mobile phone in this day and age is a great tool for improving self-management. This little device has great resources on it. I use my phone on a daily basis. I use all the weather apps. I use apps for checking market prices. I use the Amazon Audio to listen to books when I'm spending 14 hours a day sitting in a tractor. But at the same time, if you're not careful, this device could turn into your worst enemy. If you're not careful, you could spend and waste hours and hours not doing anything very productive by continually being on Facebook or Snapchat or some of the other social media platforms. So this is a great tool, but do be careful how you use it. And because I've been working on my self-management today, here we are at night. It's now 9 o'clock at night and we're just finishing off recording this film for you. The reason it's now 9 o'clock is because the weather today was so nice and sunny that we were so busy on the farm that we had to prioritise through self-management the jobs that needed done. So we got all the good weather jobs done today, and we said, right, tonight we'll finish off recording. So here we are. So not everything I do is related to farming. We also help out with the local football team, this children's football team in at Fochabers Primary School, which, as you can imagine, dealing with primary 3s and primary 2s requires an awful lot of the skills that we have just spoken about. So from your skill development sheet there, all the skills that you're going to learn about and write about now after this video are just so adaptable through every aspect of your life. But what I would say is, please do take time to have fun, enjoy things, and take time to laugh at yourself, and don't take things too seriously, and just generally stay foolish. So I'm going to head off now, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.